Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Swings this out for Hunt. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
22, he's coming, 22's coming, Mike.
From the 41, Mayfield. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Mayfield. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you've got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
On third down, Mayfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Now Mayfield. Looking deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down throw for Bridgewater.
They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20 because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Bridgewater to throw it this time. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Touchdown! Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
McManus's point after is good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
On second down, right back to Hunt.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first.
Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Play action now. Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying All is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to Nwangu again on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He gets 12 on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kene Nwangu, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. It got his man complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield.
And this will go to Carson out wide.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play fake. Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Bridgewater. This is the tight end fan. And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the Broncos' 11-yard line.
I'm going back to you. 31's the mic. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. From the gun, Mayfield.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again.
Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it.
And oh, this is going to depend on forward progress. But they're saying no, he didn't get there. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first.
Drops this off with Nwangu.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Bridgewater. Flush to his right.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver.
And it's third down.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
49 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
And they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. The end result, 21 yards.
So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But it's also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the number 1 guy, and they're ready to step up.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater.
He'll get this to Nwangu.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown Broncos.
Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this.
Mayfield on first down.
And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Second and 10.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On third down, here's Hunt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Bridgewater on first down.
They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And he'll be out right at the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, here's Nwangu.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fant.
And some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
62 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the run is Nwangu.
Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Mack Wilson able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
To throw is Bridgewater.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, nice move. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. To throw, Bridgewater.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Kene Nwangu. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Browns drive about to get started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you worked on all the...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns are back within a score. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. To throw on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They go play action. Bridgewater. Going right back to Fant. And he's taken down inside the 30. Bridgewater to Fant. First down, Broncos.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but but understanding clock management here on out.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown, Broncos. Kene Nwangu, 28 yards. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a two-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He's going to try and go deep again. It's caught inside the 25. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Here we go.
To throw, Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
43's the mic. Point it right. We own them. 43's the mic. Yeah. You don't want none. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Here I come.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down.
And even 100 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Kene Nwangu. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Mike Purcell forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll run with Hunt. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. They find some open field here. And all the way down to the 29.
Here we go.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on